Oh, there's my pad. That's a bug of the iPhone, it seems, is that when you're live and you get a telephone call, well, it instantly mutes it and doesn't seem to go back. And when I hit the don't answer that, then it seems like that completely muted the live stream. And maybe if I didn't do anything about it, maybe if I just put the phone on do not disturb, I will have to figure that out and figure out what's actually going on. Because if I figure that out, then I'll know what I did wrong and if I need to do something different. You know what I mean? That's hopefully will fix everything. Oh, somebody's back. So hopefully you hear me and hopefully everything's wonderful. And what was I talking about? Yeah. So you're trying to fix everything and you can't even fix your own life. Don't feel so freaking guilty about that, right? That's what I was talking about. It's we just carry way too much guilt, way too much angst, way too much stuff that's really, eating us alive. And life is, I think, life is difficult enough. Life is difficult enough. We don't need to, put more burdens on ourselves like that. Make your own corner of the world better. Treat other people with respect. Treat other people kindly. When you see something happening that you disagree with, that's egregious, well, say something. Do something about it. Be careful, but do something about it. Speak up about the things, and get involved in some causes, but don't drive yourself completely crazy. Don't be like the dog rescue person that feels like they have to save everybody and everything. Make sure that you spend enough time, not on yourself. That's the wrong way to look at it. Make sure you spend enough time living your own life and being good to yourself, for God's sakes. Because, it gets so easy to get trapped up or caught up, if I can speak. So easy to get caught up, and I need to do all these things, and I'm such a failure or such a loser because I haven't completed all of these things, or or the days run out, and I trust me, I feel this every single day. It drives me out of my mind, and I can't be the only one. I can't be. I can't be the only one, feeling like not only am I failing myself, but failing other people, or failing what I'm supposed to be. And, all that kind of BS. And that's such a heavy burden to carry. And so many of us, carry that ridiculously heavy burden. And it's insane. It's insane. It does nothing but drags us down. And, when other people look at you and say, well, you ought to be doing this or you ought to be doing that, you can just flip them off. Because, hey, why don't you go do it? Why don't you go do it, buddy? And yes, of course there's people out there that don't do it. Hey, Rick, what's going on, man? It's too hard. It's crazy. And, that's the thing too. So many of us are overwhelmed, and, like somebody said to me recently, it's, so much have given up in quiet despair. And life can beat you up. Life can really knock you around. It really can. And, sometimes we get ourselves in some bad situations, and sometimes it's just plain old life knocking us around. I mean, starting point is a real thing. Starting advantage is a real thing. And sometimes just stuff happens. Sometimes a whole bunch of stuff happens. And a lot of times, we're in these situations as normal average people, where we're in an economic system which favors people that already have an advantage to a large degree. And we're doing everything right. And the deal's changing too. If you're of my age, the deal started to change when we were children. We didn't really see it until now, or it became harder and harder and harder. And of course, younger people see just, crazy stuff. We see just how hard it is. And I think the difference between some of us older people and some younger people is we've been beat up more. It's not that just we're jaded, or we see, the system for what it is and all this kind of stuff. We've experienced it. We've been beaten up. And, for me, there's those times, man, I guess maybe this is it. This is as good as it's going to get, as Jack Nicholson said. What if this is as good as it gets? Maybe I should stop trying. And it's funny because in recovery, one of the first things I had to learn is how to be grateful. And I've certainly had my sponsor say to me, I'm here